You finally clean up your GitHub, or at least you think you do. You add a profile picture, maybe pin a few repos, and you tell yourself this is what professionalism looks like. But then a recruiter opens it, scrolls for 8 seconds, and quietly closes the tab. Not because you cannot code, but because your GitHub feels unfinished. And feeling matters more than people admit. Mistake number 1 is having repositories with no explanation. A repo with no README is like handing someone a box and saying, "Trust me, it's cool." Nobody wants to guess what your project does, how to run it, or why it exists. If they have to dig, they will not. They will simply move on. Then there is the README that technically exists but says nothing. One sentence, no screenshots, no setup steps, no context. It looks like you created it out of obligation, not care. A good README tells a story. What problem you solved, how you solved it, and why it matters. Anything less feels rushed. Another quiet killer is chaotic commit history. Messages like update stuff, final fix, or please work now do not make you relatable. They make you look careless. Clean commits show how you think. They show progression, intention, and attention to detail. Even simple projects deserve respect in their history. Next comes the legendary single massive commit. Everything dumped at once like you were afraid GitHub might disappear tomorrow. One commit does not show growth or decision-making, it shows panic. Breaking work into steps tells reviewers you understand process, not just outcomes. Folder structure is another giveaway. Files scattered everywhere, unclear naming, no separation of concerns. It feels like walking into a garage where every tool is on the floor. Even if the code works, the chaos overshadows it. Structure communicates maturity before anyone reads a single line. Unfinished projects hurt more than people realize. Half-implemented features, broken builds, abandoned experiments with no explanation. They raise questions you never get to answer. A small, complete project always beats a large, broken one. Completion signals reliability. Then there is the missing demo. No live version, no video walkthrough, nothing to show what the project actually does. Reviewers do not want homework, they want proof. If they cannot see the result quickly, they assume it does not exist or does not work. Hard-coded secrets are another red flag. Keys, tokens, credentials sitting in plain sight. It tells everyone you skipped basic security habits. Even beginners are expected to know better. Using environment variables and ignoring sensitive files is not advanced. It's baseline professionalism. A lot of repos also suffer from having no clear purpose. You open them and wonder why they were built at all. Side projects do not need to be revolutionary, but they need intent. One clear sentence explaining the goal can change how the entire repo is perceived. Then there is the empty profile problem. No pinned repositories, no guidance on where to look first. You are making viewers do the work of curating your profile. Pinning your best projects is not bragging, it's basic navigation. Another subtle issue is quantity over quality. Dozens of tiny, identical projects with the same patterns and the same ideas. It feels like grinding, not learning. A few thoughtful repositories with depth say far more than a wall of repetition. All of these mistakes add up to one impression. Not incapable, just unfinished. Not unskilled, just unpolished. GitHub is not judged like a classroom assignment. It is judged like a product. How it feels to explore matters as much as what is inside. A professional GitHub is not about perfection. It is about clarity, intention, and care. Fix those, and your code starts speaking for you before you ever say a word.